My name is Pro and welcome to another video. In Old School RuneScape, there are many different types of AFK. Depending on what you're doing, maybe you have an important project you're working on and need 5 minutes of AFK where you can't even look at the screen. Or maybe you have a chance to go back to the game every few minutes and perform an action. Or maybe you're watching a YouTube video and have to click every few seconds, but it requires absolutely no brain power. If you don't already know, AFK means away from keyboard. In the traditional sense, this means you can start an activity and can walk away from the keyboard without having to do anything for a period of time, and coming back to the game every once in a while to claim your rewards. I would say that there are around 5 different AFK methods or tiers, each one having their own perks depending on what is going on in your day. Number 1 is going to be completely AFK, where you will continue to gain XP and resources without any chance of it stopping. A few examples of this would be mining at Guardians of the Rift, or star mining, or Nightmare Zone. These will give you a good 20 minutes, actually 25 minutes of AFK time, but just to be safe, you want to come back about every 20 minutes. But you literally don't have to do anything for 20-minute increments. You will have to download the RuneLite idle logout timer and put that up to 25 minutes. And with this, you have a max AFK time of 25 minutes. Coming in at number 2, we have the AFK methods where you will have a set time that you can AFK for. Example like auto-casting flank make or smithing cannonballs, auto-casting jewelry enchant, or fletching. These all have a set amount of time you will be able to AFK before going back to your client. Some have more time than others, but it will always be a set time. This is very useful for when you're editing a video. If I'm smithing cannonballs with a double mold, I know that every 1 minute and 15 seconds, I need to click back on the client to continue making the cannonballs. Or if you're using the single cannonball mold, every 2.5 minutes. Next up, at number 3, we have the AFK method where you will click to start doing a task, but there is a chance that you will stop doing that task at a random time. I find this method to be the best when you are at work because sometimes you get invested in what you're doing and kind of forget about it. This would include things like cutting redwood trees, fishing cannonballs, any type of fishing sacred eels, or mining at Motherlode mines, or mining amethyst. Number 4 is going to be the method in which you have to click very often, but it requires little to no brain activity. This would include things like training agility on rooftops, or Slayer if you're picking up the loot, maybe like Virewitch, where you only have to click the loot and the altar every once in a while to recharge your prayer, but you still have to pay attention so you don't run out of prayer and die, or someone picks up your loot. And lastly, we have the 5th AFK method, which honestly isn't AFK at all. I would call this more brain AFK to refer to anything you've learned to the point where you no longer have to concentrate. This method would begin when you have taken so much Adderall that the time between clicks have slowed down to seem AFK. If you run into people like this, they will more than likely be playing 3 alt accounts while doing Theater of Blood hard mode on their hardcore Iron Man. And those are the 5 levels of AFK in Old School RuneScape, and that's why the game is so great. No matter who you are or what situation you're in, there's a way to play this game the way you want to, and the way that fits into your schedule. You can be the most die-hard sweaty player that ever lived one day, completely do nothing but mine stars the next. It's a game that can follow you either at home or work or even on your phone. I will say that playing on the phone app is much less fun than playing on the computer just because you don't have all the add-ons to help you out. But for the most part, you can always find something to do on mobile that works out. And if you didn't know, you can always download TeamViewer on your phone and connect a mouse so you have a little RuneLite client on your phone. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out.
Am I a pretty girl?